Hi, this is Kathy from Craft with Kathy. Thanks for joining me this evening. I know I'm a little earlier from my normal time, but with tonight's project and everything I needed to do, I figured I might as well strike while the iron was hot and get moving on it. I'm going to do a little bit of a different take on the Keep Going, Keep Growing transfer. This is April's Club Couture. If you're not familiar with Club Couture, I'll tell you about it in a minute or two. Get comfy and let's do a little creative project here. I'm trying to figure out the way I could best get this to fit. I really don't have any place for my inks, but I'll get this straightened out sooner or later. Say hello, drop me a line, let me know where you're viewing from. I'd love to hear where you're watching from. I'm coming at you from the suburbs west of Chicago, and if you would be so kind as to share this video with people that you know that would enjoy it, I'd appreciate it. If you're watching from YouTube, if you would definitely give me a thumbs up if you enjoy this. If you'd like to see more of my videos, please click on the subscribe button and click the little bell so that you're notified when I have a new posting. I'm going to move this up a little bit. I already measured left to right to make sure this would fit properly, and I've kind of rolled up this side just so that I've got a little bit more surface to work on here. Okay, so I've got my mat underneath it, my ink mat, and it's adhesive, so the shirt's sticking to it nicely, which it acts as a barrier so that the ink doesn't go through to the other side, but it also holds my fabric nice and taut as I work on it. And this is the transfer. As you can see, I've already used this a couple times. I had a lot of fun with it the other day, and I went back and had to add a little bit to it, and I need to do one more take on it, but this is basically what it looks like. I ended up coloring in the white space on these two pots on the gold, the ones that were gold, with a black marker, and I want to lay the transfer back down and do my script over again in black and the gold down here to go over the black because I went a little bit out of the lines. But that's easy enough to do. I just thought it looked a little too plain. It needed something to fill it in and to balance it. So that was the idea on this. This is just on a wood pellet. Obviously, I didn't realize I had paste underneath it, so I need to clean that up. No problem. Anyway, so I'm going to use this on a t-shirt today, and the main thing between chalking and inking is when you are using, you want it to be permanent, you want to use our ink. Our chalk is water soluble and can be removed from a lot of surfaces. Our ink is permanent once it's heat set. And normally I fuzz my transfer before applying it, but being that I'm applying it to fabric, there's no need to fuzz it. I want it to stick as strongly as possible. Let me just move that carrier sheet over to the side here. Oops, I'm just a little bit out of space. Let me put it back here. Okay. And then position this on my shirt. And I think that's probably about where I want it. And I want to make sure that I have no air bubbles, that it's laying nice and flat. And that's a little crooked, so let me straighten that out again. Okay, I think that should be about it. Okay, so I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I'm going to use the colors that the Club Couture comes with this month as Tide, our Melon Shimmer, and our Pesto. And I actually had no green in my ink, believe it or not, kind of an odd thing to realize. So I mixed up some yellow and the Tide myself to come up with my green. So I'm going to just dive right into this. When you're using the ink, you want to be very careful that you do not get it on your fingers, because you wouldn't want to touch your surface, hence the t-shirt, with inked up fingers, because you could get smudges in other areas. So I'm just going to apply the ink. I like going in one direction, so I'm just going up on this. And I won't scrape it off as much as I would if it was chalk paste, because I'm actually working on fabric and I wanted to give it a chance to absorb into that fabric a little bit, as to sitting on the top of a chalkboard or wood or whatever. So pretty much the same thing. Oh, I just got a little bit more ink there. Let me get that off, make sure I got my letters up there. And I'll let this set a second, and then I'm going to take a look at it. Don't know where I put my lid. Oh, there it is. Okay, got it behind my other computer. So make sure, do a finger check, make sure I don't have any ink on me. Lift it up. Oh, that looks beautifully nice and clear. Perfect. So let's see. I'm going to do the middle tree and the pot in the tide also. I'm just going to grab a smaller, oh, I actually could use the same squeegee, why not, right? Make sure I don't have any bubbles from lifting that. Our transfers are made out of silkscreen and vinyl. And the silkscreen is what you're seeing through to the back of the white shirt. And it gives us such a nice clear definition. Get all the way to the top of my leaves here. I have a little problem getting it off my squeegee. There we go. And I actually am going to switch to a smaller squeegee just so that I could get the edges of that pot without smearing the heart, because I'm going to make the heart in a pink. Okay. And then I said I mixed up some green. I mean, I made my own green from the yellow and the tide, and I'm going to use that on this pot and this flower here, and then the one on the other side. And hopefully I don't have to, I just inked my fingers, hopefully I don't have to mix up any. If you mix your own colors, there's nothing wrong with that, but make sure that you always have mixed up enough to complete your project, because the last thing you want to do mid-project is you have to mix them up and hope that you get the same shade. I think I have enough here. I just need to move things around so that I could get a little bit closer. I normally would have this facing the opposite direction, or a quarter of a turn, so that I'd be working towards me, but I wanted it to be able to be seen. So I think this works the best visually. It's just a little bit awkward for me to be applying the ink, but it's working. Okay, and okay, so the other two I wanted to do in pink. And just like I mixed up the green, let me clean that ink off my fingers. I'm going to mix up some pink using my red and white. Just grabbing a little white baby wipe here to wipe my fingers. They're fine for wiping my fingers. Never use them to clean your transfers though. Use a disinfecting wipe if you use anything at all other than a board eraser in the faucet. So here's my red. Nice bright candy apple red. And grab a stir stick and put some in a tray. And then I'm going to grab a little dollop of white. Let me cover up my tide or get this out of the way. I realize I'm off camera with my ink. I didn't intend to be. Just add a little bit of white in here. Oh, I know the red is very highly pigmented, so I might need to add a little bit more white. And I'm going to just mix it up, show you as I mix it. I don't want to obviously slop anything on my shirt. Oh yeah, definitely going to need some more white in there to make it more of a pink. Let me add some more white. I think I'm going to need a little bit more than there. Okay. And let me just show you, basically I just want it mixed well so that I don't have streaks in there. Of course, it might be interesting if it was more marbly and like too, wouldn't it? Well, this is close to the color I'm looking for. Let me just mix that up a little bit more. There we go. That'll be a nice pretty pink. Get rid of the red. See how quick and easy it is? You could do the same thing with your chalk base. Mix and make your own colors if you don't have enough of a selection. I'm being careful that I don't splash any of this onto my surface. Okay, let me move this out of the way and cover up my white and finish this project up. We're almost there. How quick and easy to customize your clothing. And I'm sorry, I realize I'm not seeing comments, so if anybody has commented, it's just not popping up for me. Facebook was a little glitchier earlier today, and with that in mind, I thought while it was working, I couldn't get into my VIP page or my regular business page. Okay, so I'm going to grab some of this pink, and I'm going to have to do it slightly. Instead of going up, I'm going to bring it towards me, but I'm going to try and keep it in one direction. These cute little cups here. You basically don't want to go back and forth because you don't want a chance of anything bleeding underneath. Because our transfers are adhesive, that usually is not an issue, but with the ink absorbing into fabric, you just want to take a little bit more care in that area. Grab a little bit more for the other one over here. And then when I lift this up, I will lift it slowly to make sure that I've got everything covered, because if I've missed something, look at I'm right here, having a little bit difficult time getting in there with this big squeegee. I should have just cleaned a small one. Okay. I'm going to lift this up slowly, make sure that I don't have any issues anywhere. And you always want to lift from the top, the bottom, the left or the right. Never pull or tug on a corner because you don't want to stretch our transfers. Did a quick finger check. So lifting it up slowly. See, I missed a little spot here, right on the edge of that flower or that leaf. Let me grab this and come back right over here and catch it. Oh. Hit the wrong leaf. Here we go. I think that's it. Anyway, Club Couture is our subscription package. It's $19.99 a month, and I forgot to do the heart. $19.99 a month. It includes one of our B-size transfers, which is 8.5 by 11 inches. It also comes with 3 individual paste packets that are color coordinated specifically for the design. The transfer is exclusive to designers and to club members. So the only way that you could actually get this particular design is by becoming a club member. And club members have some interesting perks. This month's perk is our premium chalkboard. It's our 8-in board. I'm just pressing that down before I actually apply the ink. And it's normally $39.99, but if you are a club member, when you purchase a certain size order, you can get, oh, I've got way too much paste there. You can get that board for half price. How cool is that? And it's a magnetic chalkboard. It's a beautiful board. Okay, let's hopefully I didn't garble that up because I really put too much paste down there. Okay, let me lift the other side slowly. Take a look at it. Oh, that looks beautiful. Ah, I missed another leaf there. Let me grab that again. Grab a little more of my Tide paste and just go over this spot right here. I'm notorious for missing the edges or the tops and bottoms of things, especially when they're not close enough for me to see them. Okay. There, got it. Oops, one down here. Do a finger check. Make sure I didn't pick up any ink anywhere. How sweet is that? Won't that make a nice little summer shirt? And I love the saying, nothing like encouraging people to be lifelong learners. Thank you so much for watching this evening. I surely appreciate it. Have a wonderful evening. See you soon.